Hey friends, it's Liz, the official craft nerd, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a couple more Christmas decorations right before the season is about to wrap itself up. So let's get started. So first up, we're going to make some holiday tags, and I'm just going to use this rice paper collage that I got from Etsy that has some really beautiful scenic pictures on there for Christmas. And then I'm going to use some of these thick cardboard tags. I do not remember where I got these tags. Honestly, they've just been in my stash forever. But I do know that you can get tags like this through like the Tim Holtz product line. You can probably find them in any craft store. I don't know if Dollar Tree has started creating tags like this or not. Not this big, I wouldn't think. But you can make it yourself out of cardboard, however you want to do it. But this is what I'm using here. And of course, as you can see here as I'm talking, I'm just giving these a couple of coats of just some white chalk paint. And we're just going to use the bright white for these. Now just deciding which scenic pictures I want to use, I'm just going to cut them out of this rice paper. I really like using rice collage paper for decoupage crafts. It is very, very easy and light to use. I feel like it does blend in a whole lot better than just say regular paper itself. Now tissue paper is probably by far my favorite because it is so thin. It's even thinner than this rice paper. And it blends so much better. But I was not finding a whole lot of tissue paper or tissue or napkins or anything like that that really just had really good holiday pictures for me this year. So whatever it is, I just decided to give these a shot, and I'm happy I did. I do love the scenic pictures on here. And you know, again, this is my decoupage method. I just put a coat down, slap my picture on there, and then I'm going to put some more decoupage over top of it. Again, not worrying if it bubbles or creases or any of that. I am not about being perfect here. I love the texture that creases give. So if that is something that you do not like, you may want to adjust how you are doing your decoupage for a project like this. So next up, I'm going to take one of these silicone molds. This is actually a Halloween mold. I just really liked the little lines that we have here, like these little beaded lines. So I want to use that. Again, I am still really trying to master the whole clay process. I love using it. I absolutely do. I may go back to doing some more with just the hot glue because that is really what I've always been doing in the past is using the molds and hot glue. But I really wanted to try to do some more clay decals. It's just so much fun to do. But anyway, as you see there, I put a little bit of cornstarch in my mold just to help get these to come out easy. And then once they are popped out, what I'm going to do here is just put some of my decoupage glue right there, my Mod Podge, and we are going to put it around my image. Reason being on this, I just felt like it didn't blend as well as I would have liked it to. And I'm all about things not looking perfect. I do like things to be just kind of as they are. But in this case, it just looked a little odd to me, so that's why I wanted to add a little bit more. And as you guys know, if you're into the whole shabby chic style, then this is something that, you know, you can never have too much of something, so you just keep going. So once I do have my clay decal on my tag, I'm going to just go ahead and paint it with my white paint, and I'm going to do that for both of these tags. Now, as I've said in the past, I love texture on my products, so I am going to use some of this Ranger's Opaque Matte texture paste, and taking just a putty knife here, I'm just going to spread some of this all over both of my tags. And really what it's doing is just giving it some more depth. It's giving it texture, it's giving it little ridges and, you know, grooves and everything like that, that when I go over with some paint, or if I want to add some color to this, it's just going to pop just a little bit more, and I absolutely love that. So this is a new product that I haven't used before, and it's really just a gilding wax. And this is the color, I think it's called Emerald, and it's just this beautiful bluish greenish tint, wax textured paint, I guess you could say. It's a gilding wax, so it's not necessarily paint, but you get what I'm saying here, you guys. It is just beautiful, 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 and it's so easy to use. I just put a little bit on my finger, and I'm just kind of going over the top of everything that has some texture to it, some ridges, some bumps, whatever, just to get that color to pop. And it just, I love how this looked. It was different. It's not something that I've seen before, and it just gives it that depth that I'm looking for when it comes to creating certain projects like this. Now, honestly, I did like these tags with just the blue in the texture itself. But of course, you know, I keep going, and here I am adding some antique wax just to kind of rough up and dirty up the edges here, give it a little bit more age. Now, again, if this is not something that you're into, which if you guys are watching this channel, I feel like you probably do like this because this is something we do all the time. But if it's not something that you're into, again, you can skip this part. You don't have to add this to it. I just personally, I love things that are just, they just seem to tell a story because they look old, they look aged, and antiquing wax does help that in most cases. So I'm just going to do that to both of these tags and just give it just a little bit more depth. Now we're going to finish these tags off, which is something simple as a bow. Taking a little bit of blue lace here, make a bow. We're going to glue it down and just add just a little, you know, the little touches to these projects are really what help. You can make these tags that you can hang on a tree, which I think is kind of where I was going with these ones. Or you could add just layers and layers of ribbon and just have them as like a bookmark type tag if you wanted. I know they're kind of textured and bumpy, so I don't know necessarily how well they would work as a bookmark. Or you can just add them to a present as a present tag. However you want to use them, it's completely, again, up to you. Me personally, I just put little pieces of ribbon in there so I can hang them off of something. And then just adding that to my tree. And I feel like these are just super adorable. They were not hard at all to make. And as you can kind of tell here, I went back over with some more white because I felt like it was a little too blue, little too much of the wax on there. So you can always go back and fix these things. You know, that's what I love about this stuff. You know, it's never finished till you say it's finished. So But yeah, that's all there is to these tags, you guys. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments below. And if you didn't like it, that's cool. I don't always like all of my stuff either, so and these were okay. I was pleasantly surprised with how these turned out, and I love those little pearl half decals. If oh, I call them decals, but they're like little half pearls. I get them on Amazon. They are in my store, y'all. They are just the easiest way to add some little bit of glam to your projects. I love them, love them, love them, love them. Anyway, I'll stop talking now, and we'll get on to the next project. Okay, guys, I want to apologize right from the start. This is project number 2, but I am missing part of the footage here, the very beginning of this. So it is too far late in the game. I can't go back and add it in. I apologize, you guys. But what I'm going to tell you right now, as you can see here, I've got some decoupage pictures on top of these two little trinket boxes. They were little cardboard trinket boxes that I got from something. I can't even tell you at this point what it was. And I painted them white, and then I decoupaged just some more Christmas images that were on rice paper as well. What I'm doing here is I'm adding some of this crackle glaze. This is from Tim Holtz. I love this crackle glaze. It just gives these products that you use them on, or your projects that you use them on, just this beautiful, beautiful look. And I'm going to show you here how that's done here in a second. I'm just putting a very generous amount on both of the tops of these trinket boxes. And then once it dries, you guys, look at this. It is fabulous. I love this look so much. It kind of has that, looks like ice or, cracked glass. I mean, there's just something about it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so reaching back into my craft stash, you guys, I'm pulling out some of this ribbon that I know I got from Hobby Lobby at some point in time. But I've had it forever. So I thought that this was just going to add just that extra bit of shabby chic that I want to do with these little trinket boxes. I love the little tassels. I love the ribbon. It's just, I knew it was going to be perfect. So simply put, I'm just going to glue this around both of the lids for both of these trinket boxes. And because I could not be complete with just doing that, I'm taking some of this pearl ribbon that I've had as well. Again, this is more than likely from Hobby Lobby at some point in time. I tend to like to go and get ribbons and trim and everything from them when they're on sale, not any other time, just when they're on sale, and kind of stock up. So this is kind of an off-white, almost a peach color pearled ribbon. And I say ribbon, but it's just basically a strand of pearls. And I'm just going to go around the top edges of my trinket boxes here, just because it just looked great. It gives it that extra what these boxes needed. So finishing touches, I'm going to go back to those little pearled, jeweled accent pieces that I picked up from Amazon. It came in a whole bunch, a bag of a whole bunch of different variety of these little accent pieces. And I'm just going to glue on one for this one. And I just love it. I love this one so much. And for the other box, I'm just going to take, again, those little half pearls, and I'm going to go around and glue them on there as well. You guys, these boxes, I absolutely love them. They are going to be in my decor for quite some time because I don't know, there was something special about these, and can't explain why, but I just really, really love them. So I hope you guys like them too. Let me know what you think about these down in the comments below. All right, guys, last but not least, we are going to transform this cutting board. I picked it up at a yard sale for probably about 50 cents. And we are, again, going to use one of these silicone molds here, putting some cornstarch in, and then my clay. This is a relatively larger piece that I'm going to mold out. So I do have to do a little bit of trimming to take out all the excess clay and everything. But then we're going to place it on the cutting board itself. And of course, doing that, we're going to use just some Mod Podge glue, and they usually will glue down very secure just with the Mod Podge, surprisingly enough. And I think maybe next time I will try to do just hot glue instead of the clay. The clay is fun. Again, you guys, I love doing this stuff with the clay. It does take a little bit more work, I want to say, a little bit more time than if I was just to use hot glue. But it's I like trying new things, you guys. So don't ever be afraid to try new things ever. You'll find out that there's some things that you're just going to absolutely love using when you're doing your crafts. And lately it's been clay for me. So, but here I am putting that down on the board. We're going to glue it down securely and then move on to the next step. So once we have all of our little pieces down, like my little bird there, the branch and the floral, now we're going to go over it with paint. And I'm going to just, again, use just plain white chalk paint. And we are going to completely coat the molding as well as the board itself. So of course I want my molded pieces to pop on my cutting board here. So I'm using just some of this Arteza gold metallic paint and just kind of lightly brushing over all of the little lines and grooves and everything on my molded pieces here, just to give it that little extra pop that I love so much. And then I'm going to take some of that pink as well. This is that vintage rose from Folk Art, and we're just going to just put that in there just a little bit. And again, I'm not done. I'm going to continue on adding some more depth and detail to the piece by adding some antiquing wax. We're just going to go around the edges and wipe it as we go. And then again, you guys, this is an optional thing. You don't necessarily have to do it if you don't like to add that extra dirty look to it. I just prefer it for myself, but I will continue to go around the whole, this, as you see here, the sides, the edges, the whole board itself. And just a quick tip too, if you feel like it looks a little too dark or a little too dense, just go over it with that sanding block and just kind of sand it down a little bit. And for me, that worked perfectly. It lightened it up so it didn't look so abrasive and, you know, like there was so much stuff on there. Just sand it down a little bit. It softens the look, and it just made it more of what I was going for. Of course, I'm going to continue adding on here. So we're going to add some ribbon around to the top of this, just to give it just a little bit more of that shabby look. And again, you can do what you like with this. How you want to do it is completely up to you. I'm just trying to give you some little, you know, bits of nuggets of knowledge here of what you can do and different ways to do it. So hopefully you have found something that you really enjoy working with all the time. Personally, I love working with this old lacy ribbon in a lot of my projects. And as you see here, we're just going to make a quick bow, and we're going to glue that down right on top of that ribbon strand at the very top handle. And I'm just going to finish it off with just this really pretty stretchy white lace bow. Then we're going to add a little pearl on the middle of that, and that's all there is to this project. You guys, thank you so much for sticking around. If you are new to my channel, I really do hope you stay for future videos. Please, you know, hit that subscribe button below. Let me know what you think of what you saw today, and hit that notification bell just so you're notified every time I upload something new. And for all of my friends and my nerdy family, thank you so much for stopping back and for visiting with me and taking the time to watch. I love y'all, and until next time, you guys, stay safe, take care.